Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well today. So, today we are going to learn about punctuation rules. Now, there are quite a few punctuations that we use while writing. And as you know, punctuation help us to read clearly, to have a clarity while reading, and it increases the readability of the text. So, today we are going to learn about commas, semicolons, and colons. I'm sure you might be already using those, but let's see the right way to use it and how we can avoid mistakes. The usage of commas, semicolons, and colons in sentence writing is very important. We will look at the incorrect and correct ways to use these punctuation marks in sentences. Comma. Commas are used to indicate a small pause, separate items in a list, connect clauses, or provide extra details. For example, I went to the store, comma, brought some apples, comma, and returned home. So let's begin. Commas. Do use commas to join independent and dependent clauses, to separate items in a list, to separate non restrictive clauses from the rest of the sentences. Don't use commas to join independent clauses without using a coordinating conjunction, that is fan voice. For example, for, and, nor, and so on. To separate a subject and its verb. Let's see few examples. Go to the store to get milk. Don't forget to take money. Now, what's incorrect in this? The use of conjunction. So, the correct way is go to the store to get milk, comma, and don't forget to take money. So, usually we tend to understand that if it's a conjunction, if you're using and, or we don't use commas. But that's not the case. Commas and list. I brought bread, comma, milk and cheese from the grocery store yesterday. So the correct way is I brought bread, comma, milk, comma, and cheese from the grocery store yesterday. Semicolon. Semicolons join closely related ideas or independent clauses that could stand alone but are connected in thought. They are also used to separate items in a list where commas alone would be confusing. For example, she loves art, semicolon, he prefers science. Semicolons. Do use semicolons to join together independent clauses, to separate items in a list that already include commas. Don't use semicolons to join an independent clause with a dependent clause after a dependent clause. Examples: incorrect. George loves to use his compass when he travels, comma, he has been to Italy, comma, Spain and Germany. So the correct way would be George loves to use his compass when he travels, semicolon. He has been to Italy, comma, Spain, comma, and Germany. So semicolon serves as a pause, but not a complete pause where we would use a full stop or a period. Today I met Linda, comma, a parent, comma, Alex, comma, a teacher, comma, and Ali, comma, a student. So it would be today I met Linda, comma, who is parent, semicolon, Alex, comma, who is a teacher, semicolon, and Ali, comma, who is a student. So carefully observe the placement of semicolons and comma used in a sentence. Colons introduce list, explanations, or important points. They signal that what follows is closely related or that additional information will expand on the previous statement. For example, he had one goal to win. Do use colons to join together related independent clauses to introduce items in a list that already include commas. Don't use colons to join an independent clause with a dependent clause after a dependent clause. Example, Sarah is baking today, comma. She is making a cake for a friend. So instead, Sarah is baking today, colon. She is making a cake for her friend. So that's the right way to use it. So while writing a list, a cake needs to have colon, flour, comma, sugar, comma, and eggs. So the correct way would be a cake needs to have three ingredients, and then we use colon and flour, comma, sugar, comma, and eggs. So as I mentioned earlier, these punctuation marks add clarity, rhythm, and structure to writing, making it easier for readers to understand complex or detailed information. So you must have noticed while reading, if there are punctuations used, it becomes easier to read and understand the meaning of the text. So I hope while writing the next time, you will make sure to use the right kind of punctuations and make your writing more interesting and detailed for the readers to understand. Now, here is a paragraph for you to punctuate. Read it carefully and try to analyze where you can use the full stop, comma, semicolon, and colon. So while you read, you need to understand the meaning of the text, what it is trying to tell you, and what message it is trying to give us. You can pause the video and try to understand where you can make use of punctuation marks for easy understanding. Here is the punctuated paragraph. Try to read the paragraph and understand. Hope you got most of it right, and if not, you can always practice to understand it better. Also, reading novels or books can help you understand how and where the punctuation marks can be used and how they make the text more interesting and more appealing to read. Thank you.